Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Game 3 of the FOF Heroic League Grand Finals for Season 6. Following up the RLS casting duo, we got the TDE casting duo. It's Ultravox and Zenzen coming at you. Zenzen, how you doing, man?
I am doing so well. It feels so good to be back here once again. Grand frickin' finals, and with two teams who have not, made it that far. This could be the year of Oriri finally making that wave. As we're getting straight into bans, these teams are lightning fast. Katarina, of course, going to be banned away by Artoware Esports. Team A banning away the Ornn from Trolls You that gave them so much trouble in Game 1.
Yeah, and look at this now. We have the Varus pickup immediately answered by Kalista Nautilus. Seems like it's going to be a little bit more denial here as Udyr's picked up as well. They know they have a pretty good grasp on what they want to try to take away from each other here, so it's cool to see him going through this really quickly.
Yeah, this is already a wild draft, and we're starting to see these teams adapt to one another and understand what they want to play on the day. I was talking to you in the pregame that I think Amid's Varus has looked extremely terrifying, and Team AAA have come together with a plan with that, and that's just B1 pick it away, right? So that's an amazing adaptation. Meanwhile, Art of War, drafting this Nautilus now, taking Ariri off of those sort of enchanter characters and committing to say, hey, I can scrap with you, Rare Adam. We can do battle. And Rare Adam picking away what I suspect will be NASA's support.
NASA's support, yeah.
Into a mid. So this is going to be a very wildly different game.
Everybody's like, okay, NASA support, this is the one lane where it actually works versus Kalista. So if it's not working now, NASA support ain't working ever. This is Rare Adam's one chance to make this pick really shine. Now, going into the second round, we got Victor picked up for AWE Guilty. Historically good on this champion as well. It can be answered by the Vex. Kind of like that as a response. Helps you a little bit more with your engage tool, although having Vex as a primary engage is kind of rough for the Vex player, huh?
Yeah, it is going to be interesting. I like Art of War's choice of banning this Rumble because Katarina Ducout, very, very good player for Team AAA. But also, looked quite proficient on these big team fight ultimate characters, right? The Rumble and the Katarina are those signature picks. Vex plays for a very different style. So Art of War to me is showing that they are willing to sort of take this series in a different direction here. And is that going to be Jaffe locking the topside Aatrox, picking away from Trolls and You, considering it might instead lock the signature Shyvana? I love it.
I love the Shyvana, but it's kind of boring to watch. I would have really loved to see Jaffe play as Aatrox and just try to slam people around. But Shyvana's going to be the good old reliable. Helps him a little bit more with the direct engage. It's just going to be Jaffe flinging himself headlong at the enemy team. It's better than nothing for sure. So I like that. Answered by the Jarius as well. Okay, so Trolls and You trying to call out Jaffe here.
All right, so once again, incredibly different drafts from the previous games. In that last game, Team AAA found success through the top side. Jaffe, playing incredibly well on the Aurelia, draws a ban here. But now both of these teams have shifted pretty dramatically. Team AAA playing closer to a team fight style. They have a bunch of ultimates that can lock characters down and incredible engage with the Shyvana if they're able to join the fights. Art of War Esports, however, has this very scrappy team as well and can look to play side lane with the Darius and really set Jaffe behind with the early game pressure.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a change up from usual, I think. Usually we see Art of War being the big team fighters, but it seems like, yeah, they have the option to go stylistically differently. Honestly, could be going either way here with this draft, though. I'm always a fan of seeing Victor. I think it's really great, especially on the counter engage, right? When you're just able to drop the gravity well and kite backwards after ulting as well. Really good look for them there. I feel like it's going to be a lot on a mid and a Riri to smash this bot lane. Even though they are facing the Kalista counter, Kalista still has to try to make the impact early on or else risk falling off later on, and you have a tougher time contributing to the fights. Vex is going to fear you. You're going to be withered. You're going to get locked down. It's going to be so tough. Poppy's the counter as well. It seems like the team is fully anti-teched for Kalista here.
Yeah, as we're about to transition into game here onto the Summoner's Rift, my eyes in particular are drawn to this mid lane matchup because this is a style, or this is a character that we've seen Katarina pull out in mid lane before, but this is a very different matchup to what we've seen earlier in this series. Guilty going back to one of those more traditional control mages, and Katarina going to match as well with a similar character. I'm very interested to see who's going to be able to influence the side lanes more in this matchup, but look at this.
Yeah, mid, stand in the bush by themselves, preventing the early access, but in the top side jungle there, total trash, taking a little bit of damage. He gets feared out. First strike proc for Katarina, and that's going to feel pretty good. Yeah, looking pretty good and say defend the invade. Rare Adam, though, has to flash away over the wall already, and that is going to feel pretty bad.
Yeah, that is looking rough. And of course, this Nasus really succeeds in this lane if they're able to slow down this Callista. However, also extraordinarily vulnerable to ganks, does not have access to additional movement, like you might see in topside, where they can play things like Unsealed Spellbook, they can play Ghost. So Rare Atom going to be really missing that summoner spell. And with both junglers starting topside, I expect Total Trash will make it a quick visit to that bottom lane rather quickly in this game.
Yeah, capitalizing on the summoner spells is always going to be a winning strategy. We do have both junglers starting on the same side of the map, though, so they are going to be pathing similarly. Here's Riri, he gets the hook, the lockdown, Amid's jumping forward. The summoner spells come out already, but it's cleansed away. Amid trying to kite this one out. MXL has a nice chunk of damage, though. That is very nice starting out for AAA. I think they definitely came out ahead. Callista has to pop all of the potions there and be able to keep poking her down.
Yeah, that's going to be a great little bit of a trade and continue to show that aggression that they need to show if they want to be successful in this bot side. Again, as you say, this Callista is on a clock. They need to get things done, and continuing to pressure and continuing to put the screws to Rare Atom while he doesn't have those withers scaled up yet is a great way to start the lane.
Yeah, and so they're going to be trying to regain control here. Finally level 2 for MXL, but it looks like Rare Atom might have missed some XP there. Going to put him, just even further behind as Riri walks forward. He gets a nice hook onto MXL, who has to flash away. Rare Atom is the next target, and the dog don't have any flash. Amid gets one more spear, but that's about it. And it seems like AW is starting to quickly take control of this bot side. Jaffe also takes so much damage from those minions. That's brutal. Perfect back timing for Trolls and You.
Yeah, but look at this. Poppy coming in. Red with the first gank of the game. Going to make it happen mid. Bottom.
Well, he's coming in, but a Riri flashes in first. Red's finally here. We'll be starting to get on in. I feel like we're desynced somehow. Red finally getting the kill, though. Goes over to MXL. Riri getting chased down. Rare Atom following to support him. Gets one more Spirit Fire. Red, one auto attack away from claiming a Riri's life, but Total Trash is here to back up his support. No kill. Goes over beyond that of Amid.
Yeah, so great play here. Amid going to go ahead and fall from that, and a huge play.
Yeah, now Total Trash walking up behind Katarina here. Not really too much, I think. Katarina just kind of disrespecting, getting the minion, knows they've got the fear in the back pocket. Puts a little bit of damage on a Total Trash as he walks over to the top crab. Will end up double scuttling Red, which is a small little extra bonus.
All right, so, some early action here. I think that Team A looking pretty good in this early game, and this is where they have traditionally sort of faltered in this series thus far. Unable to get Katarina out and across the map as successful as they would want to, and they are just continuing to pile on the pressure in this bot lane.
Yeah, now we have Red coming around once more. Amid takes a step forward. Riri locks him up. Will be still trying to push forward onto Amid, has the field. Amid can't auto, he can't jump backwards. The slow's there. MXL picks up the kill. Riri slowed down by the red buff here. Can't make his way out of this one. It's a double kill going over to MXL here.
Yeah, so once again, continuing to put on the pressure. And this is exactly what Team Ozcomp wants to do, right? They have double counterpicked Amid's Callista. They're playing the Poppy with the Nasus, so they just want to make that life a living hell, and I really appreciate that Team A has this team strategy down pat, because they know what they need to execute in order to succeed, and they're playing for it time and time again.
Yeah, no, on the top side, we've got Total Trash heading on up there, trying to get an attempt in on Jaffe's life, slows him down with the Phoenix stance. Trolls and You not quite able to land the apprehend, though. Jaffe flashes him the Blitzcrank question mark as he knows he's safe there. Red also starting to show up just for a little bit of extra defense here. Should be looking pretty good. Jaffe doesn't care, though. He's walking up, disrespecting Total Trash, puts the Dragon Fire on him. Now, Total Trash has to take a little bit of a worse base. Taking a look at the map state here, we got a 3-0 Varus in bot lane, down a little bit of CS, but that's going to start to get out of control, especially with this Nasus counterpick. The thing you have to worry about most is just losing these damage trays and getting bursted out, right? So if Varus is starting to be able to match Callista's all-in, that's going to be a fantastic look for AAA on the bot side. And I feel like Red certainly wants to keep on making his way down there to double down on the strength that MXL and Rare Atom already have.
Yeah, and that lane only gets harder at higher levels as well, right? Once MXL gets access to the chain and manages to, layer a root on top of the Wither, it just becomes increasingly impossible for the side of AWE to find success there. That said, Trollsing You is amounting to a significant CS lead in the top side. Total Trash, Guilty as well, doing quite well in the mid lane. So I think if AWE wants to, find footing in this game, they might look to play top side as strong as they can. But once again, AAA, back here in the bottom.
That's funny, yeah. Now a mid gets withered out here. Total Trash is here on the play. Ariri just stepping forward. Hooks in Rare Adam. Ariri has the Aftershock. He's pretty tanky, and it's a mid that gets stunned up. Also locked down by Red. Red barely alive, able to dance his way out of the fight. Katarina now joining, roaming down from mid. Gets the fear onto Ariri, but the Spider-Man hook is already there. Under the turret, seems like MXL claimed that kill. Arrows charged up. Will it land? Onto the diver, it doesn't matter. Red takes the kill, picks up the shield, so he does not die to Ignite.
MXL 5-0-0 at 7.5 minutes, takes the counter pick away from a mid, takes away the signature Varus, and is looking absolutely disgusting in that bottom side. You could not have asked for a better way to start this game. Even going to walk away with some tower plates almost assuredly in just a second. Really, really solid play coming out of the bottom half of Team A.
Yeah, it's starting to be a pretty wide gap there, opening up. I think this has got to be the way that AAA has to play out this game. I had some reservations about this denial pick trying to take away the Varus from a mid, but MXL seems to be piloting it very well. The Callista also opened up the Nasus counter pick, and of course we've had Red down here making it work the entire time as well. So all of the resources seem to be paying off. I'd like to see them take the Dragon as soon as they possibly can, because if they can get that Dragon stacking going, the strength on the bot side should lend it to an early Dragon Soul, and that is definitely going to be a win condition here.
Yeah, it feels like Team A have finally found the momentum that they were looking for. This is a team of, mostly rookies to friend or foe who have found their way ultimately into the finals of the Heroic League, picking up a couple of strong members towards the end of the season, Jaffe and Red, being extraordinarily powerful. But I'm so excited to see this bottom side, Rare Adam and MXL, who have been such stellar players, really find, such incredible success this early on.
Yeah, definitely. And you can see right there where Adam, he's just walking at him. Zero fear there. He knows he's got the swag Nasus pick there. I wonder if anything could possibly feel better when you're playing support than to finally get the opportunity to use everybody's favorite dog man in the bot lane. So, big props to him. He's probably feeling himself. Had some fun on the Amumu last time too. Jaffe taking a trade up the top side. We have Red visibly crossing down to bot as well, just waltzing straight through mid. So that he's going to be down here. Total Trash in the area as well. Wonder if this is finally the Dragon fight we will get.
Yeah, looks like okay. A lot of action in that top side.
Yeah, Jaffe just going in, Dragon form, huge damage with the E. Trollsing You, trying to get away. He will manage to escape. But look at the bot side, Ariri hooks in, Rare Adam, Ignite goes down, a mid putting the spears in him, flash forward from MXL, puts the damage onto a mid and takes him straight down. Rare Adam lives the entire time. He survives that one as Red sends him back to where they came from. Channel those recalls because there's nothing else to get here. Dragon could be next on the menu too. Katarina trading with Guilty in the mid, doesn't want him to leave. Red just screening, making sure that they don't start anything else here, and he's going to buy some time for his bot laners to go back to base.
Yeah, absolute tragedy for AWE as they're unable to secure the play that would maybe turn things around. Again, this Team A composition feels incredibly intelligent to me. They knew that this Callista would be vulnerable to counter picks, and they are playing so well around this bottom side. And that's going to be, I think, a shield bow picked up for MXL at just about 11 minutes.
Yeah, that is going to be really great there. Fantastically early Mythic Spike build is fine too. Who cares about that? Dragon goes down though to the opposing team, so I'm surprised that Quadruple A was not able to get this straight going on time, but props to AWE for taking advantage of that window there when the bot lane was backing, when they had Total Trash down there in the area, and when a mid had finally respawned. So first objective goes to them. Red might be going for this Herald, or he could just be going around toward this gank onto Trolls in you here. Jaffe starting to get aggressive. It looks like he is their target. Trolls in you steps forward. Jaffe has to flash away. Red looking for the angle to charge, but he doesn't quite get it. Instead, he's just running past him. Finally pushes it back. Jaffe, he's got the dragon form, tanks the guillotine in the face, but it's not going to be enough. Trolls in you, he's got a little bit more HP. Red denies the heal. He goes golden. The red is sticking, but it won't be enough. And it's terrible as Total Trash trades up the kill. He finds that one. MXL and 2.
My goodness.
Himself. Oh, it seemed like this was going so well for Quadruple A. The ult is cleansed away amid, finding his way onto MXL here. A Riri flashing over the wall with the Hex Flash. The shutdown, it is enormous. It goes straight into amid's pockets. The TP coming down from Katarina, trying to salvage this play. Rare Adam almost completely solo kills amid, though. He's still a Nasus. He's still doing things here. Katarina with the Vex ultimate, able to fly on in. The Shadow Surge results in yet another kill. Ultimately not that bad, but that shutdown was still so big.
Yeah, huge plays for AWE. They finally put those numbers on the board and across the map as well. We talked about how this Darius can be absolutely brutal if ahead, and they're continuing to play towards that side and getting huge advantages for it. Trolls you now up about 30 CS. And, you know, even in the bottom sides, finding a rare moment, MXL a little bit caught off guard, unable to play to his support as effectively.
Yeah, Red's stunned up here, and look, they're going for the Herald. Gets the charge off onto Total Trash, puts some damage onto him. A Riri ready to back him up, hooks in Red. Red's pretty tanky at this point. Guilty's not doing a whole lot of damage. Seems like it's going to be okay as they repel the Herald assault on their mid turret. Only a few more plates going over to AWE.
Yeah, and look at this. Trolls you now setting up a freeze on his side of the map with Red all the way on that bot side means that Jaffe is in for a world of hurt. He's going to be continuing to deny minions. Down about 40 CS now, and it's just going to get worse from here. But look at this play bot side. Maybe they're not going to go for it. It doesn't look like it.
Oh, he's just walking in. Oh, yeah. Does not quite go for it here. Yeah. Things are spicy. Wholeheartedly agree. And yeah, Jaffe is in for a world of hurt. I couldn't agree anymore. There's nothing that feels worse as a top laner here as the gap is widening to about 40 CS. That Darius could be a menace as the game continues on, and he gets more casts of ghosts. You got to watch out for those team fight resets. That's going to be huge here. I feel like the second Herald fight is going to go over for sure to AWE, and it's going to be easy for them to leverage Trolls in you.
Yeah, and you know, this is the point at which AWE's composition starts to come online. Once they get those sort of early recalls in, mythic items now coming online, Total Trash with the Sunfire Cape, going for that tank build, but oh my goodness.
Yeah, pulled in here, rooted up, amid getting a lot of damage in, but the ultimate is there, has to pull him away with the Fate's Call. Riri sent him to his death though, auto attack to death by MXL. Finds the kill there. A little bit of an overplay from the AWE bot lane.
Yeah, I really like that initiative. Again, you can feel AWE's frustration. They're trying to make things happen.
MXL, oh, he's got the stacks. A little bit of damage. Eats through the entire shield bow. Don't think there's anything else to find. But turret takes some more damage. MXL doesn't want to let a mid back for free either. Will channel the recall, and I think that MXL probably takes this here.
Yeah, he can probably easily take down the turret, but you know, I like that AWE has showed fighting spirit in this bot lane, but you can tell that it is just so gosh darn hard to win when you're not only down kills, but you're also down a pretty significant range advantage in that bottom side matchup. MXL pretty happy to just stay out of range and auto attack a mid time and time again, and it makes it very difficult to fully commit to a play, especially when a mid is getting slowed by that wither. It's just too hard to really stick onto the Team A bottom lane. So ultimately play goes over to Team A, and look at this, more scrapping around the river.
Yeah, Riri pulls him in, finds him in the Dragon Pit.
No
He's
flash.
Here. No way out for Rare Adam. Instead, he's just a dog in a barrel here, waiting to get cleaned up by AWE. little bit of damage over the wall, but it will not be enough to save their beloved support. Jaffe TP's in, has to immediately Dragon Form out. Riri dies to the Poppy ultimate. The Keeper's Verdict trolling you on just a sliver of HP. Get out of here. Red is so aggressive, but he does find the kill. Katarina now auto-attacking down. Shadow Surge over the wall. Finds him. Mid is tagged as well. It's a triple kill for the Vex, and Katarina Ducote comes up huge.
Oh my goodness, Team popping off in that team fight, flashing over the wall, so much confidence. You look at that play initially, and Jaffe is teleporting in 1v5, totally alone. Rare Adam is, already dead. I think the play is over, but their combined ultimates, the commitment to the play, they flash over the wall, and they completely take over this game.
Oh man, it looked almost like a complete disaster. It looked almost like Jaffe was teleporting to kill himself, but you're right. The full commitment made it work. Everybody was on the same page. Everybody followed the call, and that's a beautiful thing to see.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. Balloons their lead up to about 2,500, as well as securing a dragon for themselves. So going to be preventing that dragon stacking. And I think that dragon stacking is really important for the side of Team A, because Team AWE, you're playing with a Callista, a character who traditionally does not scale particularly well, and in this position, AWE would really prefer to get those later dragons, get Dragon 3, get Dragon 4, because that's what they're going to use to counteract, the scaling from the Varus and the Vex. So without having that, delayed further, it's going to make it even harder for AWE to come back.
Yeah, and I think the fact that 3 of those kills went over to Katarina's Vex in the mid lane here, it's just going to be even harder for AWE to play this. Their strongest character is just simply running at you, and when they're feared away, they'll be pretty fast moving in the opposite direction. So a little bit of a nice conceptual counter there. Wither onto a Riri forces them to flash away. There's the Chains of Corruption. They do land, but there's not too much else to be found. Guilty's just auto-attacking down this minion, but Rare Adam kind of overstepping. Trolls and You is here to support this play. There's no more CC really left for the side of Double Blade, but the Keeper's Verdict! I lied! That is perfect! That is exactly what they needed. MXL will burn down, but it could have been so much worse there. Red trying to get the pin on a Total Trash. Doesn't quite find it. Rare Adam escaping with just about 200 HP, and now Jaffe's proxying the wave on top side. Play got him a kill, but AAA is looking for things elsewhere on the map.
Yeah, I like that AWE is continuing to scrap and try to find fights time and time again. They know that they're behind at this point, and they want to be proactive about having multiple members at the play. And Team A, it felt like they were a little bit caught off guard. They didn't expect Trolls You to make the roam with the Darius. Yes, Team A will pick up that topside turret in return, but you have to imagine that getting those additional kills further, delaying MXL has got to feel good for AWE.
Oh, look at him mid here. Poor guy. He can't jump away. He's grounded and slowed. Starts to put the spears into red, though. Stacking him up. Cleanses. Tries to get away. That's a lot of spears on that guy. Finally pops the rend. Katarina does not find the Shadow Surge, and mid is able to escape with their life. Opens this up, though. 3 people show bot side. Time for AWE to start on this Herald here.
Yeah, both teams doing a really good job of noticing where the opposing teammates are and really playing to those objectives.
Oh, gets the jump over the wall. Well executed. Very nice.
Yeah, nice and easy escape for a mid. Knows the character in and out, which is good to see. You would hate to see an unpracticed Callista in the grand finals of a tournament, and I'm so happy that we get to see it today. And despite the trials and tribulations of getting double counterpicked, honestly, I gotta say, he's looked pretty clean when he's allowed to play the game. So hopefully Amid, once he's able to get to that second item power spike, and if he can fight going forward with the rest of his team backing him up, maybe he can see success in this, more success in this game. Rageblade finally going to be picked up for him. That is a big, big win.
Definitely agree there. Starts really putting the hurt when you're auto-attacking tanks like Red. You just stack up that damage eventually. Also good for, just making sure Jaffe doesn't live too long. Like that a lot. Guilty, though, rooted out. The rest of the team moves in. There's nothing to follow it up, though. Seems like Quadruple's A is on just a little bit of a different page there. They don't really have the coordination to capitalize on the Varus ultimate. That's just too bad. Especially since Dragon's coming up in 45 seconds here, and Varus Ultimate's cooldown is just a little bit too long for that to be available for fight.
Yeah, and You know, if you pay attention to the items here, despite being up 2,000 gold, Team AAA is going into this fight almost dead even in terms of items on this team. Two items apiece on the 80 carries, and here we go. Things kicking off strong.
Yeah, Red. Oh, he's in kind of a bad spot. Gets knocked up by the Fate's Call. He's tanky, though, trying to get away. Flashes out. Katarina gets some nice damage. Keeper's Verdict once again, finding 2 or 3. Total Trash now, alone, trying to chase him down. He's burning, and it will be enough with the Luden's Tempest from AWE. Guilty cleans up the kill, and now Quadruple A doesn't want any more. They will just be conceding the streak, looks like, unless Jaffe joins.
Yeah, this is a tough spot for Team A, and this is something that Team AWE's team composition does so extraordinarily well. They have those playmaking tools available with the Kalista ultimate, with a Riri on, you know, a signature engaged champion like the Nautilus. They can find these fights and start them wherever they want.
Yeah, exactly like this. Varus ultimate's back up, but it was not enough to save Jaffe here. Chains of Corruption will spread around. Nice little bit of damage with the arrow, but nothing really left. Oh, look at Katarina's damage, though. As AWE steps up, all clumped together. That's definitely not how you want to be playing versus the Vex. They are sent packing now. Could be a trade on mid-turret, as the 2 carries from Quadruple A are still here.
Yeah, Katarina is in a position to carry this game if fights go their way, right?
For sure.
Death Cap completed second is not something that many mid laners are get the luxury of doing, but because Katarina was, you know, infused with so much gold in the triple kill at the second dragon fight, they're able to buy this extraordinarily expensive item. And, you know, if you land a good ultimate, AWE's team would really struggle with the AoE crowd control, because they have like a lot of like short ranged characters outside of Guilty who can sort of step a little bit away and, you know, play for the laser range. This whole team can get very easily, you know, 4-man or 3-man feared, and that can be enough to turn a fight.
Yeah, you saw it in the last play there. As they were stepping forward into mid, they just ate that Vex damage straight to the face. It was not a good look for them. I couldn't agree more with you. Katarina is the one that has to step up in this game. We see MXL having a lot of money, but I do think that it will be the Vex that is the difference maker at the end of the day. AWE are able to keep finding picks like this, though, that's their avenue to victory. They have such good pick potential with Riri, like we were saying before. Very good movement forward to capitalize on this, and Jaffe's in trouble, but they're sending some men to help him out.
Yeah, Trollsing you almost assuredly going to die here. Teleport going to be burned from Guilty to try and bail out the Darius. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, Rare Adam goes in, gets the Wither. He's so slow, even with the Ghost. Chains come out, he flashes away from them. Trollsing you, great movement there. Ariri not able to find the hook. It's Red with a full disengage there, gets 3 away from everybody. Will be fine. Everything's just fine for them, but now moving forward again is a Riri on to Rare Adam. Total Trash is here, stepping in, stepping up. There's the clump, just like we were saying before. You gotta watch out. Katarina's damage, Amid is tagged, he's going straight on in. Ariri mistimes the hook. So much damage put into the enemy team, but Katarina has to flash away. Way too late, to be honest. Shutdown goes over to Trollsing you, and now it looks terrible for Quadruple A. They have to be in full retreat here. Rare Adam, just a sliver of HP. Guilty flashing forward, finds the kill. Total Trash now, shields up. Amid takes the arrow. Oh, he's got to heal up. Total Trash has almost reached his marks. MXL, he's a madman. He's a psychopath. He's walking forward. He trades his life for a Riri's. I don't know about that one. Quadruple A sustains heavy losses as they limp away from the fight.
Yeah, AWE come up huge, playing the edge of the fight so extraordinarily well, making use of Victor's range. Guilty played that immaculately, able to just put out so much damage. And Team A, you know, once their cooldowns are burned, it's very hard for them to re-engage a fight, particularly because, you know, like you're looking at like a frontline Poppy who, you know, doesn't have like that extra range, would really need to flash to get in there. Rare Adam as well on a support's budget. You know, yes, he can walk forward, but he doesn't have anything to lock people up. AWE just continued to kite out Team A until they're no longer able to fight, and then they pounce with the additional move speed from Team Trash. You know, 2 ghosts on this team able to commit forward and continue to push, and ultimately they walk away with a big win. And would you look at that, this game is back with AWE taking a gold lead for the first time.
Yeah, the strong mental prevails despite everything. Mid still in this game, still able to put out some decent damage. Guilty's starting to come online too. Luden's Tempest and Shadow Flame completed. Up in the top side, Trollsing you, asserting dominance on a Jaffe. We can see by the gold graph, he's 2.5k gold up. There's no way he loses this. Jaffe has to ult away. He's crawling away, man. Not much left in the tank. Oh, he barely lives the bleed too, but able to escape with his life. Now Red starting to encroach on Total Trash's jungle here. We're at him. Can't quite find anything. They're all walking to the choke point that the Vex is holding. This could be the good Varus ultimate. He tackles Total Trash. There's the lockdown. Health bars dropped pretty low. Riri's locked down too, but they don't want to commit. They cannot move forward. It's too scary for them. Mid withered. Big damage with the arrow. Looking good for MXL as they set up this Drake. They've taken full control over the bot side. Guilty stepping up though. Finds some nice damage with the first strike and the laser. Trollsing use here before Jaffe, though. Jaffe has the TP, has to use it pretty fast. He will teleport to a minion on the bot side. Red, his channel's interrupted. He's pulled in, he's taking a lot. Now mid, on the backside, that's just suicidal. He goes down immediately. Red, on the top side, he's dead as well. Shadow Surge finds a Riri, and Katarina just flies on in. It will be a reset, though, for Trollsing you. He's not able to get anybody else, though. Jaffe, MXL, they have enough damage. They're looking at Guilty. It will be taking him down. He's withered. He can't make it to the blast cone. It's a shutdown that goes over to the dragon. And Quadruple A win the fight and claim the second Drake for them. Oh, your mic cut out. That's so sad. I bet that was fearsome.
But what an incredible performance from Team A. Again, finding those scrappy fights, they're able to burst out those targets, get the resets for MXL, getting that additional attack speed gives him the ability to really chunk through the front line. And this Varus, once again, proving to be a very powerful pick in this series. Now 10, 3, and 10, and he's paid his taxes of the QSS.
Oh, it's perfect there. You love to see that. But wait, what are you QSSing? Not much, huh? I feel like it's kind of a mistake, but whatever. It's fine. It's fine. Anyway, yeah, a mid. I like this guy's Moxie. I like his chutzpah. You know, he goes over the wall, tries to find the back line of Quadruple A by himself. Doesn't quite work out, but man, would that have been really cool if it worked. Maybe next time. Maybe if the score lines were switched and you had the 12k gold, but didn't quite work out for AWE there. Instead, yeah, Quadruple A taking the team fight. Now they've built the gold lead up again to 1.5k on their side. Still pretty even in terms of the game state, to be completely honest, as Baron is the next target. They set up the vision.
Yeah, and you know, I think I have to give credit to the not so flashy members of Team A in this game, because I think that the difference maker around these fights where Team A are winning is the experience and the you know, just fight awareness of the frontline members of Team A. Red has been doing an absolutely phenomenal job of standing in the front and preventing things like the Darius from getting onto MXL. Rare Adam as well, you know, knows exactly his limits, able to sort of weave in and out of the fight, continue to get those crucial withers on a mid, and it's just making it so hard for them to find plays.
Oh, but Rare Adam, mid will find him. Fate's Call used. Red is grounding a mid, though. Make sure he can't move forward. Total Trash, though, doesn't care. We'll just keep on running. Red misses the Keeper's verdict. Jaffe, though, onto AWE Guilty, will find a lot of damage with the breath. The chains just barely go wide. Oh, key ultimate whiffing for Quadruple A. That could have been so much better, but they cannot find what they need here. Instead, as 5 men strong, they will shove down this mid wave.
I cannot believe that no one died in those sequence of events. So many, like, just hair's breadth skill shots missing. And look at this. Team A, they show no fear in game number 3. They are fighting and challenging for the Baron. Total Trash is recalled.
Total Trash just based, and Guilty's not going to be able to be here either. The Baron's on 4k already. Trollsing you zoned out. They just have to focus this down. There's no smite available for AWE. They're so close to claiming this, and it will go down as Red smites it away. So good for Quadruple A. There's just such a critical misstep for AWE. Total Trash. You cannot base there.
I have been so impressed by the way Team A have been playing the map in this game. It really feels like they are constantly trading objectives, looking for those key opportunities. And I think while Team AWE has looked fine in this match. I think that the momentum has always been on the side of Team A from draft, to this. And Team A is just sort of treading water, trying to stop this onslaught. And, we'll have to see if they're able to bring it back as they now face a 3,000 gold deficit and Baron buff on all 5 members of Team A.
Baron buff on all 5 members. Vex on 3 items here with the Shadow Flame finished as well. That is going to be looking pretty difficult to deal with. Jaffe finally starting to get some money to his name as well. Almost finishing out what looks to be the Wit's End. Will be stronger in the side lane, will be able to apply that Baron buff pressure, make this power play happen for Quadruple A.
Yeah, and they're once again sending Jaffe into side lane, which is very intelligent, has the teleport available, going to make it very difficult for Team AWE to defend on both fronts. But look at this, waves desynced.
Yeah, they're taking the opportunity to head in onto Jaffe, gets pulled back by the Apprehend, flies in onto Trolls, and you thinks he can win, but it's a long shot for sure. A mid with a beautiful Captain Jack, gotta recognize that one. Just walked straight away from the chains of corruption on the flank. Here comes the Bear Man, here comes Udyr.
It's not here.
Red, he's knocked up. MXL gets hit by the Devil Charge. He's locked down. Total Trash tries to make his way, but Ariri's just exploded as MXL is finally able to hit. Trolls, and you taking so much damage as well. Cannot finish off Katarina. The bleed might just do it. It does! And the shutdown will go over to Trolls and you, but still, the Baron buff is existent. 3 men strong in the mid lane. Quadruple A surges forward. Mid's denying the wave from behind them, it looks like, but still the cannon has followed. Where Adam tanks the turret, pops the Bard emote, walks straight through the bot side, and Red and friends are headed towards the Drake here.
MXL and Katarina have done an absolutely ludicrous amount of damage this game. Every single team fight, when they are given the proper space and the ability to play without having to deal with this Udyr, they absolutely crush the fight. Initially, I feel like it's team AWE who have the massive advantage, right? They're up the member, Red somewhat caught out, but once he's able to retreat to his team and just continue to play that safe, consistent front line, it is impossible for AWE to match the DPS coming out of this Varus.
I know, right? It's just insane. You see him, he finally gets to turn around and launch 3 auto attacks, and he just obliterates Ariri and everybody else walking towards him. Almost has that last item completed as well. Looks like it might be a Runans or some other Zeal item form. But yeah, MXL approaching maximum strength very quickly here. Alongside Katarina packing now the Magic Penetration Crystal. I think that's a Blightning Jewel. That's what that's called. Gonna have the Void Step. Yeah, gonna be piercing through the Force of Nature, and whatever item Total Trash is gonna build. The DPS threats from Quadruple A are very existent.
Yeah, and credit to AWE though. The gold lead in this game has not exceeded more than 3,000 gold at any point, which is absolutely wild when you consider that there was a 6-0 Varus at 7 minutes in this game. Yeah. AWE is out here and they are fighting, fighting and scrapping for every single edge that they can find to try and bring themselves into the championship.
There's a depth charge. MXL could be in a lot of trouble here. Total Trash finds a stun onto him. The shielding is there, but it is not enough. Shadow Surge tags somebody. I think it's a Riri. Katarina can't get in there, though. Trolls and you will be chasing them down. On the top side, it's going to be Red, who's looking to put the majority of the work in. Trolls and you now turning around, trying to take Red down. Jaffe's arrived, though. The Dragon could make the difference. He gets in on the backside. Riri goes down. Guilty's the next target. The Gravity Well does its thing, though. Jaffe stunned up. He will go down to the Noxian Guillotine. Trolls and you look for the resets. He does get it. He will be able to find all of the kills he needs. Red almost out of there. I think Trolls and you still very fast, though. He's got tons of move speed. Slows there. Red. Oh my god, is he escaping it? Oh, he's got the movement speed. The Cloud Drake. Oh, he's got the Blast Cone too. He separates himself from Trolls and you. Oh, this is the cheats of the century. Trolls and you just missing by a hair's breadth. Ghost finally runs out. What a broken summoner spell, am I right? The Frostfire Gauntlet makes the difference at the end of the day. And Red barely lives.
Yeah, but regardless of any of that, AWE still out here fighting. They find the crucial moment. MXL, when he doesn't have that front line standing strong in front of him, he is extraordinarily vulnerable. They take the pick on him, and from there, they're able to steamroll their way to a teamfight victory, and this game is still nearly dead even.
Yeah, the gold, like you said, not exceeding 3K at all, still so close here. I'm really wondering which of the players was it on AWE that called playing top side? Who was it saying a mid push Fate's call? Was it a mid himself? Because that's so big. If he's able to maintain that mental and still make that game winning or game altering call, I should say, game altering call there. I don't know. It's very impressive that AWE is still maintaining their composure.
Yeah, and now both teams, setting up towards this bottom side, they know the Dragon number 6 is going to be on the table in a minute and a half. And both teams, you can feel the nerves coming in at this point because, a win here puts you in championship point, right? A win here secures the pressure onto your opponents that they can lose just one more game. Both teams now transitioning that vision over towards the Baron, and they're actually just going to start it up.
Oh yeah, they're starting it up. But Rare Adam, he's got to walk it out. Walk away towards his team. He does not have flash here. No easy way out of this one for the dog man. The rest of AWE starting to collapse. The Baron will be going down though. If they trade support for Baron, it's pretty good. A restraint in the middle of everybody. That's Trollsing arriving in the fight. Big apprehension. This is now quadruple A's fight to win. Guilty's over the wall, looking to the ground. He's stormed, but he does not find it. Instead, MXL opens up on him, takes him down. A mid being the hero for his team, cannot find the kill on the MXL though. All the way back at the base, Trollsing holding it down versus Jaffe. Jaffe, I think you still might not win the 1v1, but look, he's a level up now. He's been spending so much time away from his team. It looks like Quadruple A can push this one in. They can get the Dragon Soul here. If they just have Rare Adam buff the top side wave, they can get another turret as well, but they're rushing for the end.
Yeah, they have the supers, and Team AAA wins that team fight 4v5. They're so confident, and they are going to crush AWE and ultimately make it 2-1.
2-1. Pulling it up for Quadruple A here. MXL was so big in that game. Man, what a banger. This is so hype.
I cannot believe the twists and turns that this series take, but ultimately it is Team AAA mixing up the strategy, taking away the Varus, the undefeated Varus, away from the side of AWE, and that comes up absolutely massive, as you can see on the damage charts there. 34k for both Vex and nearly as much for Varus. Just absolutely incredible performance. And let me tell you, Spencer, I cannot wait to see what adaptations are going to happen as we approach game number 4.
Oh man, it's gonna be spicy. It's gonna be fantastic. It is going to be hype. If Quadruple A claims the next victory, they will win the grand finals of Season 6 Heroic FOF League and become the new champions for the season. But AWE has one last chance to hang on, to bring it back from the brink. Don't go anywhere. Dear viewers, we'll be back in just a little bit.
since you were